Both fighters looking ready to go.
I think you should look for Don to come out here and try to establish that distance, work behind his jab, maybe work behind some kicks, and I think you're definitely going to look for Dakota Hope to close the gap quickly.
Dakota just swinging some wild hands. Kid can really wrestle though. Nice
turn.
Takedown. He shot and then he reshot. That's signs of a kid that can really go.
That's when you know when you've got a good wrestler. When that first takedown doesn't work, they look for that next angle to find and take the next spot. There he is again, hitting the single. To turn back into the double, back to the double, push the hips into the cage and pull them off.
DJ showing some awareness there, fighting out. Hands up high. I find it interesting that Dakota's pushing the pace in such a way it's going to be hard for anybody to keep up, you know, himself included.
You know, that's definitely one of the strengths of a wrestler. Most of my team, my guys are wrestlers. I come from wrestling, and we've
very
always
scrambly.
Very scrambly, and very much based off of I may not be able to keep this pace up for the full fight, but you won't be able to keep it up for half of it.
Right, makes sense. Dakota, obviously a very physical young man who's trying to use the most of his attributes.
Staying connected to the hips. He's got his hands clenched. Looks should be able to finish this takedown, but the height there, Don Doyle kept him up.
Dakota needs to settle here and relax rather than freaking out. Hold him down. Let's win the round.
Now this could definitely where you see the experience difference. 6 fights for Don Doyle, 1 fight for Dakota. Don still seems very nice and relaxed. He's okay with him getting in on his hips. Going to land a little bit of damage. Looks like he thought about an elbow for a second and remembered he's an amateur.
Dakota throwing tomahawks.
Definitely not your traditional overhand.
Definitely not, but an athletic kid can get it done. DJ definitely the more relaxed and fluid of strikers.
You know, whereas DJ is actually setting up punches and combinations, Dakota is just flinging that big hand, hoping to get close.
You can really, like you said, you can really see the difference in experience here. But you know, Dakota's still dangerous. Can wing one in there that'll hurt you.
Now Dakota's definitely looks like he was slowing down a little bit there. Now he might have just been trying to catch his breath for a minute. 30 seconds left in this round. Let's see if he can't get a hold of that leg and suck him off the cage here.
It's one of those things that as you fight, you have to learn to deal with the pace, and we can all get tired if you fight at a crazy pace. You know, you have to learn how to be economic as you go. And Dakota, obviously a talented guy, and you know, honestly, he's not breathing heavy. He does look to have slowed though. Big shots, like we said, always dangerous.
Big spinning back fist. You know, even with the takedowns, that was kind of a close round on the feet.
That's what I was about to say. It's hard to score that one. I mean, do you give it to DJ? He was definitely more calm and relaxed and scored the better shots, but Dakota was definitely trying to push the pace and did score takedowns.
You know, this is one of the fights where generally you would go with, you'd kind of lean toward the hometown guy. It's kind of like, well, the hometown guy probably gets the nod here. Neither of these guys are from Shreveport.
Both these guys from Texas. Texas boys out here doing it in Louisiana.
You know, if I would probably give that first round of Dakota based off of the takedowns. Now, he didn't do anything with them, but he did land more takedowns. He came forward, but that's a super close round. Whoever you give it to, I wouldn't be upset with.
Yeah, definitely.
Always popular ring girl Sarah Grant going around. Sarah Leanne.
She ain't from around here.
No. Let's see if Dakota can keep up this pace in the second round.
Looking pretty fresh, I would say. I'd like to see Dakota try and put together a combination rather than one shot at a time. You see Dakota has some wheels, nice movement.
Don Doyle using his length there, though, to keep him at the end.
Long kick.
That body shot looked like it hurt him a little bit. Dakota's doing a good job of walking through. He's switching his stance.
Big overhand
Switching his stance a lot, but generally, as a wrestler at his age, he's usually switching his stance to southpaw because he's right-handed for the takedown.
Absolutely, yeah, that's a great point. He can wrestle off of that right leg. Dakota having some success with his hands, but I don't know if he's doing that to conserve energy, or I would like to see him make DJ strike and then time the takedown. Nice, just like that.
You know, I was a little surprised DJ did not get a little more distance between him there in that moment when they weren't clinched up. Like he went in to throw some hands, and he's definitely having more success at the end, controlling distance and staying on the outside. Dakota definitely has a power advantage here.
Yeah, Dakota looking good. I like how he switched up the strategy here. He's showing that he's a game young man and really talented. I'd like to see him wrestle again as DJ's marching forward, change levels again. Yep.
This sport is so beautiful to see guys at this age with such experience and be able to actually come out and perform like this, man. The sport has changed so much.
Absolutely.
Don Doyle trying to show him a little bit of wrestling there. Some wrestling.
Gonna have a hard time mat returning. Dakota just out scrambling, making it a wrestling match. Nice wizard. Nice exchange here.
That was a very solid scramble from both guys. Don Doyle showed smart to get the underhook, get right up.
Dakota is throwing down, and as a guy who watches Dakota spar from time to time, this is how they do it in their gym. They get rough rounds, they put on big gloves, and they go at it. So I don't think this is a fight that Dakota's unfamiliar with.
No, definitely. If you're coming out of war with Jeremy Mahone and Tanya Evinger, they prepare their fighters to fight. They don't just go out there and teach them some techniques. You put on the big gloves, you work hard, and you get after it. Great entry there from Dakota Hope.
Dakota being savvy here, but look at the hips of Don Doyle. He's doing a great job. Very nice. Scores the takedown.
Yeah, straight to butterfly. He's going to push on the hips and get right up. Don Doyle is doing a good job of being able to survive on the ground here with Dakota.
I agree, but I will say
with this armbar attempt here from Don, it might be a little bit too late in the round.
A little too late.
Not too often you see the knees to the body defense.
Yeah, that was strange. I got to tell you, impressive, gritty performance here by Dakota. He's showing a lot of heart. I'm very impressed by both of these young men.
Dakota Hope definitely breathing a little bit harder at the end of that second round, but so is Don Doyle. And this type of pace, as you alluded to in the beginning, it's hard to keep up for anyone.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, you got to give it to Dakota for setting such a pace, because I think it's really more beneficial for DJ to kind of keep it at his range and keep it at his pace, and Dakota not allowing it, fighting his own fight. Very impressive stuff, both guys. Great fight here. I think one that we knew would be a lot of fun as well.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the ones where I had listed down, even though it's a title fight. If it wasn't a title fight, still, this was going to be a fun fight.
Yeah. Jeremy Mahon giving Dakota a slap in the face. These guys are wild. Listen.
I love seeing Jeremy Mahon fired up, man.
Fired up.
Don Doyle looks fresh. But you know what? Dakota's not looking bad himself. Both of these guys, man, they're in phenomenal shape.
We could be looking at a 1-on-1 fight here going into the third round. Both of these guys know that they need it.
I agree. I think whoever the more active fighter is this round should take this fight. Yeah, I got to say, on the feet, Dakota has not been outclassed. He's definitely he's hung his own in there. He's definitely less conventional, less technical than Don, but he's hung right in there, man. Some big shots.
And he's punching in combination, and he's definitely doesn't have the cleaner technique. Don definitely has the cleaner technique of the two, but getting it done and just being gritty, biting down and going.
Very, very smart combination there. He hit a very nice, basically 2-3-2 combination, dropped right down for the takedown before Dakota could actually return anything back.
Yeah, very, very good stuff. High-level stuff from this guy.
Just for a 1-0 fighter, that's great to see.
Really physical.
He's really opening up this round and landing some big shots.
I think he senses that he has more gas and is really trying to turn it up here.
Johnny Bedford imploring his fighter he has to take the round back. You know, as I got to agree, halfway through this round, he's definitely losing this round. He's got to take it back. He's got to get up and get to work.
You know, but if he's able to wiggle out here, create space, it's back to his game. Excellent.
Nice, solid jab. Both of these fighters showing off tremendous chins.
DJ looking smooth with his striking, even though he's tired. Something you tend to see is when guys are tired and it makes them less durable. So Dakota's got to really be careful here because DJ still has his good fundamentals about him. He's firing good straight shots and can still sit a punch on him that
nice,
hurts.
smart move there by Don. He let go and push off with a head kick. Again, this round is playing out like the rest of them. Dakota starts off strong in the first part of the round. DJ's able to come on hard at the second part. I wouldn't want to be a judge for this fight.
Absolutely not. This is a difficult fight to score. Dakota has to keep it into a spot where he's not taking damage. He's obviously very tired right now, and
Those hammer fists are going to score points for the judges here.
Dakota needs to
He's got to turn this corner. He's got to turn.
Wrestle.
There you go.
Scores.
But look, Don Doyle right back up to his feet.
It's very obvious that Don Doyle has a complete skill set. Both of these guys just leaving it all out there. This is an excellent fight. Dakota exhausted, working hard for this takedown, but staying in the fight.
Everything you got, DJ! Everything you got!
15 seconds here. Man, what a difficult fight to score. Dakota getting his hands locked, maybe scores a big takedown here.
That big takedown at the
Wow.
end might be the one to seal it for him.
Fighting as he comes up. Excellent fight. Both of those guys.
Great fight between these two guys. I'm not sure who I would give that to. Maybe I might go Dakota Hope. I might lean Dakota with the takedown.
How about it, ladies and gentlemen? You talk about leaving it all in the cage. These two
Dakota
young
maybe-
warriors did it up for you here
Dakota won every
tonight.
round.
Sure.
So that's why I'm going to lean towards him. But great performance by Don Doyle here. Dakota, really, really impressive.
We will get ready for our official decision here with Dynamite in just a minute. Once again, make sure to check out our sponsors, Walk On Street and Bar, Vintage Furniture, Mike Tilton's Quality Plumbing and Heating, Bishop's Dent Company, of course our lovely Horseshoe Casino here, 2898 Rocks, CC's Beyond Pizza, Home Audio Innovations, Adrenaline, Talkin' Sports, LegacyPlaymaker.com, and here we take it back to Mr. Dynamite.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of one hell of a fight, we are going to the judges' scorecard. Judge number 1 scores this fight 29-28, blue corner. Judge number 2 scores this fight 29-28, red corner. Your third and final judge scores this fight 29-28, declaring your winner by split decision. Fighting in the blue corner, Dakota Ho! Ladies and gentlemen, now introducing your AKA Amateur Featherweight Champion, representing the War Training Center, Dakota Ho! Hey, don't kill the messenger, Johnny.